fill in the information for router 1, assuming that the network is already converged and the routing protocol used is the routing information protocol. So you are required to fill in the table, fill in all these network address, the number of hops, the next hop IP addresses, and the exit interface, assuming that PC1 would like to pin to PC3. Okay, so from the router 1 perspective, if I have the network of 192.168.10.0, which is here, okay, 192.168.10.0, is directly connected to the router 1, right? So this is your router 1, this is your directly connected to 192.168.10.0 network. Okay, so the number of hops here is actually 0. And the next hop IP addresses is 0 as well, which is because it is directly connected. So you don't have to hop to 192.168.10.0. Okay, so for the exit interface of the router 1 to route to this network here, the exit interface is connecting to G0/0. That's why your exit interface, which is represent your IP interface here, is G0/0. Okay, let's look at the second example. If the router 1 would like to have a route to the 192.168.11.0, how many number for hops? So if you look at this diagram here, 192.168.11.0, in the router 1 perspective is directly connected, so you do not need to have any hops because the next hop IP addresses is directly connected, and the exit interface to reach to this 192.168.11.0 will be interface of G0/1 here. Okay, so your answer will be G0/1. Now, the next scenario, if the router 1 like to go to route 192.168.12.0 here, okay, so because of this condition, there belongs to the multiple networks, right? So the router 1, in order to route to this 192.168.12.0, which is this interface here, router 1 have to have one hop away, which is to reach to the router 2, and only the router 2 reach to the destination of 192.168.12.0. So in this case, router 1 is just need to hop one time. Okay, so your answer will be 1. And the next hop IP, because when you route to this network, okay, you route to this network, you stop in this interface of G0/1. So the IP address of this interface is 192.168.11.7. So this is your answer. And how about the exit interface? Now, the exit interface is to identify, you have to look at the router 1 because the question is asking you to fill out the information from the router 1 perspective. Now, for the router 1 perspective, in order for R1 to reach to the network of 192.168.12.0, the exit interface will be G0/1. That's why this is your answer. Okay. So how about 192.168.13.0, which is a few hops away? Okay, so if you can see here, router 1 would like to route to the network of 192.168.13.0. So how many hops away? I believe that you know the answer. One time to this router 2. Okay, router 2 reach to this router 3 interface is 2 hops away. Okay, so then only it can reach directly to this network of 192.168.13.0. So your answer for this is the number of hops is 2, and the next hop IP you must always referring to your router R1 perspective to identify your next hop IP addresses. So this is your R1, your next hop IP address is to reach router 2 with the IP address of 192.168.11.7. Okay, and the exit interface is how your router 1 go out to which exit. Okay, so in this case here, router 1 have to go out to the interface of G0/1 to route to the network to reach 192.168.13.0. Let's take another example of the second scenario. Fill in the information for router 2. Assume that the network is already converged and the routing protocol used is routing information protocols. So, I have a network of 192.168.10.0. So, because it's directly connected, your router 2, which is here, okay, is it directly connected to your router for the network of 192.168.10.0? No. So we can assume that this is your router 2. And this router 2 will going to route to the network of 192.168.10.0. So in order for the router 2 to hop to this network, you need to hop 1 hops, okay, pass by this router to reach to this destination, correct? Okay, so the number of hops here, your answers will be 1. And what is the next hop IP addresses? Now, if you look at my arrow here, my next hop IP addresses is pointing to 192.168.11.6, and my exit interface is not IP. The question is asking about the exit interface. So exit interface, because router 2 is connecting to my exit interface of G0/1. Therefore, my answer here, the next hop IP, will be 192.168.11.6. My exit interface will be G0/1. Now, same goes to the 192.168.11.0. The number of hops is 0. The next hop IP address is directly connected, and the exit interface is G0/1. Okay. From the router 2 perspective, if the router 2 would like to go to this network 192.168.12.0, now because router 2 is directly connect to 192.168.12.0, so you do not need to have the number of hops, okay, because it is directly connected. And how this router 2 will reach to this 192.168.12.0, it will going to exit in this interface, which is S0/0/0. That's why you get this answer. Okay, next. From the router 2 perspective, if the router 2 like to route to 192.168.13.0, okay, the number of hops, how many number of hops you have to pass by? Okay, router 2 goes to the router 3, 1 hop away, okay, from the router 2, and it will directly reach to 192.168.13.0 network. So your answer for the number of hop is 1. And the next hop IP, you have a look of my arrow here. My next hop IP is pointing to the router 3 IP address of 192.168.12.9, and the exit interface is S0/0/0. Okay, so that's about the second questions. Okay, let's go to another scenario here. Fill in the information for router R3. Now this round, the question is asking you for the information of the routing table in router R3. Assume that the network is already converged and the routing protocol used is the routing information protocol. Now how are you going to fill out this network, number of hops, next hop IP, and the exit interface? Assuming that I'm connecting to 192.168.10.0, which is here, 192.168.10.0, okay? From the router 3 perspective, okay, from the router 3 perspective, it needs to goes to the hop, 1 hop, 2 hop away in order for it to reach to the router 1, right? To this network 192.168.10.0. So in this case, router 3 might need to have 2 hops away to reach to 192.168.10.0. Okay, So how about the next hop IP addresses? You are here, router 3. So your eyes look at the router 3. Your next hop IP, because your next hop is stop here. Okay, you hop to this router, and the IP addresses of this router is 192.168.12.8. So your answer for the next hop IP addresses will be 192.168.12.8. And how about the exit interface? Now, you are in the router 3. Your exit interface is connecting to S0/0/0. So your answer is S0/0/0. Okay, let's look at the second example. 192.168.11.0. You are from router 3. You would like to route to 192.168.11.0. So in order to reach to this 192.168.11.0, you will have to route one hop away from the router 3 to reach to that destination. So your hops number will be 1, and your next hop IP addresses, because in order to reach through this 192.168.11.0, you still reach to this router 2. Okay, so the IP addresses of this interface of IP is 192.168.12.8. Okay, and the exit interface from the router 3, which is from here, goes to your 192.168.11.0. From the router 3 perspective, you are exit in this interface, which is S0/0/0. Okay, now take a look of another examples here, which is 192.168.12.0. You are in the router 3 and you would like to route to 192.168.12.0 because you are directly connected to this network, which is 192.168.12.0, and the number of hops is 0, and the next hop IP, of course, you are directly connected. Okay, and the exit interface that directly connected to you is interface S0/0/0. So this is how you do. Okay, and the last network that you would like to route is 192.168.13.0. Okay, and the number of hops away will be 0 because it's directly connected to that network. And the exit interface for you to reach to the 192.168.13.0 is connecting to G0/0. So the conclusion of this is that when you have the directly connected network, okay, so your exit interface, which is referring to your interface, not the IP address, yeah? Your exit interface, which is the main door for you to route the packets to which direction, that is your interface. So you have to referring to the topology to identify which interface is your exit interface. Okay, next hop IP addresses is different. Next hop IP addresses, that means when I hop to this router 2, I'm not calling the exit interface, I'm calling the IP address. So in this case, if the question asking you about the next hop IP, so you should give the examples, you should give the answers which is in the IP address format. Okay, I hope this is clear. Alright, thank you.